welcome to the video. Thanks for joining me. So we're just going to be taking a quick look at the results of the value selections from the toolkit today. We've done the draw selections and how they got on for November, so this is going to be the sort of Poisson generated selections, and particularly the ones that I've been putting on the value tab for the last month. So it's not every single selection that shows value, because that would be an enormous amount, and I did try at first to record those and it was just too much. So what I've been doing for the last month for members is going through each day and picking out a selection of matches that show particular value. So we're talking about the matches where the teams look like they should be sort of pretty well placed to get a result anyway, and then there's also value on top of that. So we're not looking at games where Betfair are offering us odds of 16 and we're saying we should only be getting 14, because yes, technically you're getting a bit of value, but you're not really, are you? Because it's a sort of hiding to nothing anyway. So I've gone through and filtered out those and put down true value, what I like to call it, and put those on a tab each day so that people can have a quick look at that and just follow those if they want to. And what this video is going to be is looking at how those matches did in November, and looking at what sort of profit we made just from those. So you could almost use it as a, I don't like to say a tipping service, but I guess it is sort of like that. But the difference being that all of the selections that I put on there are from the Poisson toolkit that you can see on other tabs. So it's not me just making it up in my head. You can go through and see, okay, he's taken that one from League One, and I can see there's the data, and that's why that's that. So it's just lifted from all of the separate tabs from the leagues and put together in one value tab. So without further ado, let's go through and have a look at why. So if we look at the spreadsheet for November, we can go back to the 1st, and we can see that we've got tabs at the bottom for every day in November. Not every day, because there were some days where there were no value selections, mainly because of the World Cup. You know, the leagues that are running are obviously vastly diminished during the World Cup, so we haven't had as many selections that meet our criteria. So there's a few days towards the end, for example 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, there was some here somewhere that we didn't have any. So yeah, it's not because I've just sort of left them out and forgot them, it's because there weren't any selections. So we've seen it, we had a little video at the start of the month, I think, showing how we were getting on at the start for the first few days. So you can see that I've just recorded at the bottom here how it was going. Greens are positive daily outcomes and reds are negative. So there's a green, red, and I was 12.36. That was our best day of the month, and it came pretty early, obviously, on the 4th. You can see we've got some really good, you know, some good solid wins. Look at you getting a bet on at 4.0 there for an away win. So to be able to identify things like that is pretty huge, really. Even this home win here, 3.45, or the lay, they're huge odds. That didn't come in. Like, they're not all going to come in, but you can see it was 3-4, and that was a really tight game. So you can see that even with the bigger odds, we're either getting the result or we're getting close to it. This one here, 2.20 for a home win, and we're saying we should have been getting 1.23, so that's massive value, and it came in 4-0. I mean, the away team, we had them down at long underdogs, but the odds didn't say that. They still had them as underdogs, but not as long as we thought they were, and we got a nice tidy profit there. So you can see that we're sort of starting off strong in the championship. So it's not just obscure leagues that you don't know. 3.25 for a Preston win away at Reading, and that came in 2-1. So I won't go through every single day and talk about the results, but you can see that the vast majority of them we've got at winning days. And at the top I was recording, and it doesn't look like I did for that one, but most days I was rolling it over and recording the cumulative profit. So you can see that after 9 days we were up to 18.26 points of level stakes profit. So what if we skip on, I don't know, what, 17th, you can see that's up to 21.55. And so we do have losing days. This was a losing day, particularly when there's only like a couple of selections, because obviously if there's 2 selections and you lose 1, then you're going to struggle to make it up if you've got less than evens on your other selection, which sometimes we do. So you can see here, it was value, it was only 1.85. It was still value, so we took it, But if you have 2 selections that day, or 3 in this example, and you lose 2 and then win 1, you're not going to make your money back up. But I mean, that's not something that we worry about in the grand scheme of things, because you will have losing days. And we have had a couple of stinkers where we've lost sort of 7 or 8 points, and it happens. But you can see the cumulative profit bounces back and will keep going up if we get it right. So 21.55 after 17 days. Carry on, 22nd of November. Okay, I haven't done the sums there. Nice one. But you can see with some of the lower league games in England, they were getting postponed, which we're going to get a lot more, I guess, when it comes to the winter. On this one here, we had, as you'll see, a double chance or lay, and I'll indicate that when there's 2 selections that are showing value, then that basically means we'd be looking to lay the other team, the team that isn't showing any. So that means you've got the draw and the win on side. So if for those using regular bookmakers, you'll be looking to do a double chance. If the odds are there, the odds are obviously going to be a lot shorter for a double chance. If you're on the exchange, then you can lay the team that's not showing any value. So in this case, you'd be laying Shanghai Port because you'd want Zhejiang and the draw on side. And you see that one came in there at 2.3. I think I went into the bookies odds portal to find out what the double chance would have been to calculate that, because obviously if I'd have said, oh, we'll take the win account, then we'd have had 4.4 points of profit, but I didn't want to sort of cook the results or be accused of that. So I've took on the double chance rather than just saying the straight win. But that's another good one to show you. So okay, so let's have a look. 23rd of November, just the one game there. 25th. So we had a bit of a losing run towards the end. 25th minus, but you can see it's only small numbers and it's real close. You know, we had a win here and it ended up 2-2. This one was 1-1 and we had an away win, and that was quite a close game that we only just missed out. So, you know, obviously the odd goal, just like with the draw selections, it's very fine margins. So 28th, 29th, 30th, and basically we ended up with a total of 30.88 points of profit, which is great, isn't it? It's like a point a day. Nice steady progress. This is what you should be looking for with your betting portfolio, is steady progress. You don't want peaks and troughs of winning sort of 18 points one day and -5 the next day, and then 10 the next day, 5. It might happen occasionally that you do get peaks and troughs, but you don't want it to be a consistent thing where it fluctuates so much. You want to be making steady profit, and you want this to be one of the sort of tools in your portfolio that you can rely on to sort of consistently make a bank. So we're looking at this, and we've got our MBM Draw, which we had value, we had profit on from last month as well, and it's all included in the same thing. I've just broken them down so it'll be a shorter video. So if you add the two of them together, I don't think we got massive profit in the last draws. We were up, but it might have been only about for sort of 5 or 6 points, I think. So you're looking about 35 to 40 points of profit. And what is worth stressing is that for these, this is purely on what I have picked out, as I said in the intro, what I've picked out for you as value. So this isn't all that's on the pack, obviously. This isn't the sort of 5 times the amount of fixtures than this that you get. These are just the ones I've picked out. So let's see if I can have a look at 8th of December. That's coming up, isn't it? Tomorrow. So this is tomorrow's one. So you might get some free selections if you're really observant. So you can see that I've put value selections. Whoa, there's loads for tomorrow. They're value selections. I'll keep going fast, you can't see them. Yeah, you can see them. But you can see that these are all La Liga 2, so Segunda, we've got all those. Slovenia, we've got 1. Serie B, we've got a full programme. Chinese League 1, which I just added today, has got 3. And then I've got draw selections. And so these value selections, I think there's about 8 or 9 tomorrow, but there's probably about 30 games in total. So it's not that you only get those. You can go through and do your own work and sort of use your own intuition, which I would encourage. These tabs here that we're looking at the results for, they are the sort of the quick look ones that I've just gone through and had a little look and said, yeah, okay, these look like good value. If you haven't got time to go through everything yourself, or if you just want to have a bit of guidance and sort of follow what I might suggest, then that's what you can do. And this results video is about those tabs. So if you went through and added up every single bit of value and did level stakes, I imagine you'd come out with more than this, I'd like to think. And I used to do that, but it's so labour intensive, and nobody's realistically going to bet on every single game that shows value. So when I started doing the value selections, a lot of people sort of messaged and said, look, I can't bet on 40 games a day. Can you narrow it down? How should I be selecting them? And that's why I was going through and taking away some of the ones that were showing value but weren't genuine, sort of weren't worth the risk, basically. You'll see on here there's some that are still bold, like this one, 2-0 for away, not away, sorry, over 2.5 goals. He's at 2.76 and it should be at 2.24, but I didn't highlight that because it's only slim value, and it ended up wouldn't have come in anyway. But I don't think it didn't stand out enough for me. Same here. Whereas these ones, there's much more of a discrepancy about what we're expecting and what we're actually getting. So, so that's probably as much as I need to say about it, really. It's clearly doing a great job. Really pleased with the results. And if you want to get involved, you still can. Add this together with the draw selections, and to be honest, I'm not great at promoting and selling and marketing like a lot of the people are that have got their sort of courses and their memberships, because if I was, I think there'd be a lot more people taking this up, because the results are there, they're transparent, I'm showing you everything that we're doing and you're making profit. But I don't know how to get it out there, and sort of, I'm not a big one on sort of self-promotion, but I hope that some people who watch it will see the value in it and get involved. So if you do want to get involved, head over to the website www.themathbetman.com. I've given it a little bit of an overhaul. It should be easy enough to find the subscription. Watch a couple of the videos, drop me an email if you've got any questions about it. I'm in the middle of doing some beta testing on second half corners as well, which is another one of my favourite markets. So we're going through a bit of a testing phase with that to see which matches, to identify matches that are worth getting involved in if certain parameters are met by half time. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you want to watch another video, have a click on subscribe in the middle. I don't know, I can't see it when I'm recording it, but it's there somewhere, isn't it? Check out my Christmas drip. Yeah, it's beautiful. And have a good day, man. See you soon.